Have you noticed how certain changes creep in silently? One day you wake up, look in the mirror, and everything seems the same. But when it matters most, your body doesn't respond the way it used to. The erection that once appeared almost instantly now takes longer, loses strength, or simply doesn't happen at all. For many men, this is the moment when fear sets in. Is it over? Is there no way back? What almost no one tells you is that behind this uncomfortable silence, there's a physical and chemical detail that can be adjusted in a simple way. We're not talking about expensive drugs or miracle solutions, but about a common resource found in any kitchen, capable of interacting with circulation and triggering a response that seemed forgotten. When this substance is used correctly, it's almost like unlocking a jammed door. Suddenly, the blood flows more easily, the nerves get an extra boost, and the erection returns, firm, within minutes. That's exactly what we'll explore in this video: how something seemingly ordinary, when combined the right way, can become a powerful trigger to restore male potency. It's not a trick, it's not fantasy. It's physiology being activated in a way most men have never heard of. Before we continue, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss content like this. And I want your participation right from the start. If you believe the body can still surprise you, comment the word reaction. But if you think there's no way back, comment never. I want to know which side you see yourself on today. When we talk about impotence, many men immediately think of hormones or age. But the truth is that an erection is a much more complex mechanism than it seems. Picture an orchestra. Every musician has to come in at the right time for the music to happen. In the body, these musicians are the blood vessels, the nerves, and the pelvic floor muscles. If even one fails, the entire symphony collapses, and the result is a weak, unstable, or non-existent erection. With age, the arteries that should work like elastic tubes begin to stiffen, like old hoses that have lost their flexibility. The blood still arrives, but not with the pressure needed to maintain rigidity. At the same time, the electrical signals sent by the brain to the nerves become slower, like outdated internet struggling to load a high-resolution video. The desire may still be there, but the physical response is delayed, fragmented, incomplete. And there's another detail that few mention. The pelvic muscles, which hold the blood inside the penis, also weaken when they're not stimulated. It's like trying to fill a balloon full of tiny cracks. No matter how much air goes in, it can't stay firm. The same happens with erections when the foundation that supports them has lost its strength. This combination creates what I call the circle of frustration. The man feels desire, but can't get the response. The failure creates anxiety, and the anxiety blocks the body even more. It's a cruel cycle, but one that can be broken with the right stimulation, even with simple resources, as we'll see throughout this video. And if this explanation already makes sense to you, take a moment to hit the like button. This simple action not only shows that you value this kind of content, but also helps this message reach other men who may be struggling in silence with the same issue. Sometimes, the solution to what feels like a huge problem is hidden in something so ordinary that it goes unnoticed. That's the case with baking soda. For most people, it's just a forgotten powder in the kitchen, used for baking or, at most, for relieving heartburn. But inside that white powder lies a powerful chemical ability to influence processes in the body directly linked to the quality of erections. When baking soda mixes with water and enters the body, it doesn't act like an artificial stimulant. It works quietly, adjusting internal pH, reducing invisible inflammation, and helping blood vessels dilate. In practice, it's as if the road carrying blood to the penis suddenly widened. The flow runs faster, stronger, and with less resistance. This effect, although subtle at first, sets off a chain of reactions that transform intimate response. First comes a faint inner warmth, almost unnoticeable. Soon after, The pelvic muscles begin to react, fueled by more oxygen and nutrients. And within minutes, the reflex of erection appears with renewed firmness. It's not magic. It's physiology being triggered by a simple, often underestimated substance. Baking soda doesn't create desire out of thin air, nor does it force the body to work against its nature. What it does is restore the basic conditions so the body can respond the way it was meant to all along. That's the most surprising part. Men who've tried everything without results discover that, when mixed correctly, baking soda finally helps the body remember how to react. It's like switching on a light in a dark room. The structure was there the whole time, it just needed the right switch. The difference between a real result and another disappointment often comes down to details. With baking soda, it's no different. It's not enough to just mix and drink any way you like. There's a method of preparation that maximizes its effects and ensures the body receives the stimulus in the most effective way possible. Imagine an old gate that no longer opens smoothly. You don't force it with brute strength. Instead, you apply oil to the right spots, patiently, until the structure slides freely again. That's exactly the logic behind using baking soda. Prepare it carefully so it works like an internal lubricant for circulation. The most effective method is simple, but it must be followed precisely. Half a level teaspoon of baking soda dissolved in a large glass of warm water. And the water's temperature is no detail, it matters. Warm water means comfort for the body. It helps relax blood vessels even before the chemical effect begins. This initial relaxation lays the groundwork for baking soda to act more directly on circulation. The best time to drink it is on an empty stomach, first thing in the morning. With no food in the stomach, the body absorbs it faster and with fewer interferences, creating an almost immediate impact on acid-base balance. It's like giving the body a clear signal at the start of the day. Wake up, it's time to work at full capacity. But here's the crucial point. More does not mean better. Overdoing the dose or taking it daily can overload the body, causing digestive discomfort and even unwanted effects. The secret is moderation. 2 to 3 times per week is enough to notice consistent results without harming the body. When done correctly, this simple ritual turns baking soda into much more than a forgotten powder in the cupboard. It becomes an ally that reopens pathways inside the body, allowing blood to flow freely and erections to return with firmness. Not every solution needs to be ingested to work. There's another way for baking soda to act, subtle yet powerful, through external use in a simple sitz bath. What seems like just a hygiene ritual becomes a profound physiological stimulus, capable of reactivating circulation and restoring vitality to the pelvic region. Picture this, a wide basin filled with warm water, not hot, not cold, but at that perfect temperature that invites the body to relax. Into it, a generous spoonful of baking soda dissolves completely, becoming part of the water as if it had always been there. When the man sits down, something happens instantly. The gentle warmth surrounds the pelvis, the internal muscles begin to release tension, and a wave of relief spreads through long-neglected fibers. What occurs in that moment goes far beyond relaxation. In direct contact with the skin and nearby tissues, baking soda helps neutralize microinflammations that block blood flow. It's like removing small stones from a stream. The water flows freely again, stronger and faster. With blood, the process is the same. Circulation meets less resistance, oxygen reaches tissues in greater quantity, and nerves regain their sensitivity. This kind of stimulus creates a quiet but noticeable response. Many men report that after just a few minutes of immersion, the pelvic area seems to wake up. A light pulsation, a gentle warmth, as if the body remembered something it had forgotten. That physical memory is powerful because it restores confidence. Instead of waiting for a pill, the man feels his own body reacting naturally within minutes. And there's another positive side effect. It's not only erections that benefit. A baking soda sitz bath also eases prostate discomfort, reduces minor pelvic issues, and increases the feeling of lightness when walking or moving. It's as if, from the inside out, the entire region is revitalized. This simple ritual is a reminder that the body often doesn't need complicated interventions to respond. It just needs the right stimuli, applied with patience and consistency. In this context, baking soda works like a messenger, signaling to the body that it's time to bring back what seemed lost. Whether taken internally or used externally, baking soda is a powerful trigger, but it doesn't act alone. What truly transforms the body is the combination of stimuli that together create a solid foundation for erections to occur firmly and regularly. Think of it like an orchestra. A single instrument can set the tone, but it's the harmony of all of them that makes the full music. Take blood circulation, for example. There's no use stimulating the vessels a few times a week if, on the other days, they're being suffocated by poor diet, lack of movement, and bad sleep. Blood needs clean, flexible highways to flow. When the body gets enough water throughout the day, each cell works as it should. When there's movement, like a light walk, a few squats, or deep breathing, the body's natural pump, the heart, meets less resistance and drives blood with more strength. And then there's sleep, often treated as just a detail. During the night, it's not only the mind that rests. This is when the body regulates testosterone, the hormone directly tied to libido and erections. A man who sleeps poorly, even if he stimulates circulation in other ways, will see his potency reduced simply because his hormones were never calibrated. Stress also plays a heavy role. Imagine driving a car with the handbrake on. It still moves, but always with difficulty. Cortisol, the stress hormone, works the same way. It traps circulation, blocks nitric oxide production, and sabotages the balance that erections require. That's why relaxation, conscious breathing, and even small self-care rituals have such a direct impact on sexual response. When baking soda is added to this balanced environment, the effect multiplies. It doesn't need to force anything. It only reinforces a body already prepared to function well. It's the difference between trying to light a fire with wet wood and lighting it with dry wood. In the first case, it takes effort. In the second, the flame catches almost instantly. In other words, the secret isn't to expect baking soda to work miracles on its own, but to see it as part of a larger system: hydration, movement, sleep, and stress control. When all these pieces come together, the body doesn't just respond, it responds quickly, firmly, and consistently. In the end, it all comes down to a choice. Many men spend years believing their potency is gone forever, as if it were an unavoidable sentence of aging. But science and real-world experience show a different reality. The body can be awakened. Small, consistent stimuli reopen pathways that seemed closed, reactivate forgotten responses, and bring back not only erections, but the confidence of being in control again. Baking soda, when used correctly, is one of those stimuli. It works like a discreet key, slowly turning until the gate opens once more. It's not magic, it's physiology. Circulation improves, muscles respond, nerves regain their speed, and suddenly what seemed impossible begins to happen again. But here's the most important truth. No powder, exercise, or vitamin has power if you don't take ownership of your body. The secret lies in daily discipline, in quiet self-care, and in believing that recovery is possible. Because it is. Vitality doesn't disappear. It only waits for the right signal to return. And that signal is what separates those who remain trapped in doubt from those who decide to act. A simple step can mark the turning point. What you choose today will define what you're able to feel tomorrow. If this message resonated with you, take the next step now. Subscribe to the channel for more practical, clear, and science-based content created for men like you. Like this video too, it helps bring this knowledge to more people who need it. And if you want to go deeper, watch the other videos already available here. Each one brings strategies that can transform not only your intimate health, but your overall quality of life. It's been a pleasure sharing this time with you. Take care, strengthen your confidence, and remember, it's never too late to start again. See you in the next video.